feels good to move on. I think I was starting to get a little irritated in Yellowstone, but now I'm excited again. So, yeah, I guess I really am a nomad. Like, if I stay in one place too long, my mood sours. I'm pretty disturbed by what I'm seeing here. You see, there's this lake here, and it's clearly like low on fucking water. I mean, it's the level of it is way low. So I guess the drought is pretty bad. Plus the smoky haze is rather disturbing. So I'm a little worried. I want to backpack, but I don't want to backpack if it's covered in smoke. Being outside, breathing that, and huffing and puffing, and carrying a heavy pack is probably bad for my lungs, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still about 23 miles from the trailhead that I want, so it'll be interesting, to say the least. There's been some rock stacking and shit. This one is especially artistic. Smoky haze is no joke, though. I mean, it says the weather's supposed to be fucking brilliant. 70 during the day and 40s to 30s at night. So there's that. Dispersed camping and shit. It's literally a gravel pit. But you can stay up to 5 days for free. They do patrol it. I actually saw the ranger when he was coming in. It's just outside the Grand Tetons. It's called shit. It's Spread Creek Road, but don't go by Google because Google puts it in the wrong spot. It's actually the next. It's labeled in Google as Forest Road, but there's a big wooden sign that says access, and there's a bunch of dispersed camping sites filled up with RVs further up, and the road was getting very dicey, so I turned around and came back to the gravel pit, which is pretty much at the entrance. It's got shitters and shit, and not bad. I had to stay here tonight because you're not allowed to sit and sleep in your car. I'm sure I could stealth, but I don't want to go through the hassle to knock on the window when there's a perfectly free option just outside the boundaries of the park. But I did purchase a fucking $35 permit to overnight backpack, and they work on a reservation system, so I was stuck with what they had left. And wouldn't you know it, Death Canyon. Yes, I'm doing my overnight backpacking. The good news is it's slightly less mileage, I think, than what I had planned. But the bad news is I didn't get to pick it. I don't know what I'm in store for. The camping area is limited, and I get one night. And I think I could have got more than one night for the permit. I don't know that it was by the night. I hope it wasn't by the night. But at least I'll have gotten some backpacking in, and it is backcountry. There's a porcupine warning. Apparently there's a porcupine running around eating people's backpack straps because they like salty shit and when you sweat and all of that. So they told me to keep my backpack in the tent with me. I'm like, well, won't he just fucking eat through the tent to get to the fucking backpack? I was like, no. I'm like, I don't know. Of course, there's bears. I'm not bringing food in. I'm going to eat before I go, and then I'll eat when I come back out. And so it's just one night. Plenty of water to be had. I will have my water filter, but I'm bringing 3 liters of water with me as it is. And but yeah, I'm just going to go out there, spend the night, freeze my ass off, be uncomfortable, come back to the car. You know. And that'll be the first of and after that I'm going to do some day hikes to some of the main attractions, but the crowds are insane for those. Like, I had to vulture for a parking spot just to get to the ranger station for the backcountry stuff. Also, all buildings are masked up. So if you want to go in a building, you don't need it to get to the backcountry permit thing, but you probably need it to go on the boat because there's a trail, a hike, the most popular hike I hear, is to cross a lake to get to it, and it's like $10 or $15 to get on the boat. But I imagine you gotta have your fucking mask to get on the boat, and I have resurrected my old t-shirt despite my complete fucking aversion to the stupidity of this. Most people are just like only doing it because they're being told to do it. It has nothing to do with the virus because the same people are outside not wearing their shit in close proximity to other fucking people, and why are we even pretending? And also I'm noticing that the buildings, well, we're talking, they're just as bad as they were in 2020, you know. So we've learned nothing. So keep in mind, if you're averse to bullshit, by all means, avoid federal property and national parks. Unless they're in certain, because Montana wasn't doing shit. Wyoming is. Montana was alright, but I imagine they've been told to do shit, and just the people there are like, well, I ain't got to do it when I go home, so why the fuck should I do it here while I'm at work? You know, and to be fair, there are people here that I noticed not wearing, like the rangers inside the ranger station, they weren't wearing fucking masks. That's a federal fucking building, right? You know, I don't want to blow their shit up. I think everyone should be allowed to take their fucking mask off if they so choose. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You know, it's a freedom of choice. But apparently there's a large group of people that think that we don't get that freedom of choice anymore. But I did resurrect the shirt because I wanted to get my permit. I was asking a lot of questions. I had to take a shit again. I've been shitting pretty regularly since I've been off of keto. So there's that. I stopped, got something to eat, and picked up a few supplies at the general store, which is way overpriced, by the way. Their gas prices here are insane. It's definitely it sucks. We'll just put it that way, price-wise. But thankfully, I get good gas mileage, and so it's going to cost me an extra $1 to idle my car overnight. I do plan on topping off too, because I don't know how long it is south of here before I get to civilization, if any. So yeah, that's what I've got planned. Stick around. We're going on a backpacking fucking adventure in the middle of the fucking Rocky Mountains. Yeah, it's great. In Death fucking Canyon. Can you pick any other fucking canyon? No, it had to be Death Canyon. Of all the places. You're going to hear a lot about it while I'm out there. And it turns out the reason it's called Death Canyon is there was a lot of people that died there fighting over the land. For like between sheep herders and cattle herders or some shit. I don't know. But apparently enough people died that they called it Death Canyon. So it might even be haunted. I don't know. Maybe I'll get haunted in the middle of the night. Shit. Be my luck. Alright, well, I got a lot of editing to do and no internet signal, so maybe I'll make a new song when I'm done editing. And I'm just going to chill here tonight in this gravel pit with a bunch of really expensive RVs and camper vans. And I'm just here in my lowly little Prius. I'm like the public housing of the dispersed camping. You know, actually, I know I see another Jeep that's tinted. It's probably, but I'm still cheaper than him, so that's like a $35,000-$40,000 Jeep. This is a, $15,000 Prius in its heyday. Now it's probably worth like $7 or $8 grand. So yeah, there's that. It's holding up. Hasn't let me down yet. Well, as you can see, I'm prepared for cold weather. We got like 4 fucking layers of coats. No gloves though. So, and I added an extra mile because I didn't want to drive my car on this 4-wheel drive fucking road. So off I go for my overnight. Got my bear spray, my camera, fucking knife. Yeah, I'm ready to go into Death Canyon. Not scared at all. So this little guy snuck up on me. Just standing there. Didn't get scared or nothing. But it's just meandering around. Apparently people are normalized here, and they're obviously not hunted by us here. Motherfucking I was warned by the ranger that my Prius might not be able to handle this road. Meanwhile, I'm about 3/4 of the way to the trailhead, and I've spotted no less than 3 Priuses along the way. However, I will say that it's risky with these rocks. You hit one just the wrong way and you got a flat tire. And this isn't necessarily an area where I wouldn't want to have a flat tire. So I think I made a good decision. But at the same time, I added 2 total miles to my hike with this road. So there's that. But I got plenty of time to get out and get in. I do have to be at a campsite by tonight. So that's the only pressure. And then on my way out, get there when I get there. So there's that. Oh, look at that. There's houses and cabins and shit. Must be nice. Another motherfucking Prius. Right near, like, the trailhead's about another 1/8 of a mile up here. There's even a bathroom at it. Yeah. I grotesquely underestimated the power of the Prius. Although I'd have thought that was pretty sketch myself. This is probably why they parked there. Oh well. Think about it, if it rains, I'm in, and this all turns to mud, I'm good. Well, that's a good sign, right? It's been since June 8th. This is Sean McLaughlin. Lupine Meadows Trailhead. So far in Death Canyon, we got a missing hiker. We've got all kinds of signs saying don't hike alone because bears might kill you. and I didn't bring any food. Canyon parking area. So the loop is 23 miles. I'm not doing the loop, I'm doing it out and back. I'm going to the camp area and then turning around. So, but yeah, when I told the ranger I'm not bringing food because they wanted me to take a bear canister. Apparently I should have brought an oxygen bottle. Whew. But he looked at me like I was an alien. I'm like, dude, it's a 24-hour hike. I probably won't even burn through all my glycogen. I didn't say that to him because he wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And you add into the fact that I'm carrying a lot of extra fat right now from eating poorly. Even if some bad shit happens, water is more of a concern than food, because I'm experienced in cycling in and out of ketosis. And although it will be a rough ride because I'm not fat adapted, I'm confident that by the time I wake up in the morning, I'll be in fairly light ketosis and able to make it out just fine, especially if I pace myself. I'm thinking it's going to be uphill going in. I'm hoping. Because if it's downhill going in, then tomorrow's going to be a bad day. But so far I feel like I'm going uphill. Or I'm just tired from the first mile walk to the trailhead, carrying about 45 pounds on my back, 2.5 liters of water. I was told that the water is drinkable and there's a stream that runs along the trail the whole way. So if I outdrink my resources, I can refill with probably really good water compared to the shit I bought in the store. Smoky haze is still a thing, but not so much down here. Higher elevations. That's why I chose canyon trails today. So it's not my only trip to this park. I'm sure I'll do it again when I'm more experienced on mountain hikes. Then we'll see what I can do from there. And shit. Onward and upward, it seems. Which I'll do it. I'll take the fully fueled upward with the low on gas downhill on the way out, hopefully. And I'll try not to die in Death Canyon. Something of note, although the trail is pretty clear right now, I've seen 0 trail markers. So, there's that. And it is definitely peaceful, quiet, a little bit of nature noise here and there. So, if anything is lumbering through the brush, I should hear it. I don't think there's a ninja. Oh, there's a caterpillar. I don't think there's a ninja bear. Although, mountain lions are a thing. Hopefully my beard scares them off. Looks like my first reward. I was beginning to worry that I wouldn't get a fucking view. Apparently we're not supposed to go over there. Holy shit. Hello.
Hey there. How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
That view doesn't suck, does it?
No, I was worried. I was like, maybe I chose the wrong canyon.
I don't know. How you doing?
Thanks. Well, that view's worth it. And shit. 2 thumbs up just for that. I hope there's more. But if not, you know, I just really wanted to do an overnight here. So I didn't bring this behemoth of a fucking backpack for nothing. So there's some other hikers in the area, another group. They're also staying in Death Canyon tonight. So I'm not completely by myself out here. I'm ahead of them, so if something happens, they'll find me. Maybe. So, but look at that shit. Wow. Nothing like it. In New York, anyway. So, I've heard it from several hikers that somewhere in this area is a bear with her cubs. Could be anywhere. There is a lot of bear shit. I can tell from all the berries in it. That, because this is like bear get fat season, so they're all out here eating berries and shit. So, got to be on the lookout if there's a cub though, because they can make the bear more aggressive. Well, I'm trying to be noisy. That's why I'm vlogging right now. To make sure that anything that's out there can hear me coming, including these noisy ass grasshoppers. Took me a while to get used to those. Other than that, I've only encountered like some chipmunks. One ran alongside with me for a while. It's like he wanted me to feed him or something. And a bunch of... Came across some bees. I don't want to get stung. That would suck. But, as you can see, we're not quite into the mouth of the canyon yet, but it's there. That's where I assume I'm headed. Quite an intense switchback that I get to climb on the way out of here. So, but there's a lot of day hikers. They come down to the lake and they go out, and then yeah, and some overnighters, like the ones I talked about earlier. They're staying where I'm going. And here's the fork in the road. That goes to the lake, that goes to the canyon. So I'm about, I want to say 4 miles, maybe 5 miles from camps, the camping areas. That's the lake over there. So, Death Canyon Trail, here we go. But if I survive this, I'll never forget it for sure. And then I'll be addicted and want to do more backpacking in the west. So there's that. I'm still not up to through hiking yet. So, yeah, bear. But eventually I'll get to where I can do multi-days. I just need to be in shape, really. I need to do this a lot. So, the other group's doing the full loop, which is like 21 miles. Which you could probably do in a day if you were hardcore in shape. But, not me. If I do 10 miles today, I'm good. I don't think it is, like, I think it's about 7-8 miles. Essentially, think Pine Pond, only slightly more brutal. If you could get more brutal than Pine Pond. But it's just something about it, though. It's the mountains surrounding you. It's pretty intense. So, a group just passed me and said there's a moose 150 yards on the right, which is about a football field plus. But yeah, and I think he was serious too, because he had his bear mace out. I don't think that would just piss a moose off. Finally get to see a moose. Maybe. If my noise doesn't move on, but it's been my experience, or, well, not my experience, but I think people have told me that moose generally don't give a fuck. As long as you steer clear of them, they won't fuck with you. I don't see them. I'm gonna sleep well tonight, I can tell. Well, at least he'll be on camera. Yeah, there he is. He doesn't seem too concerned with what I'm doing. Doesn't have them big antlers. Might be a she. Is there a she moose? Where's a she moose? Wow. So now I'm fucked. Don't mind me, moose. Go that way. I can't go that way, and then there's that moose over there. That's a baby moose. That's a mama moose. I'm gonna go back down the trail a little and let the baby unite with the mama, so I'm not a threat. Whew. Son of a bitch. Alright, baby moose, mama moose. I guess we're having a waiting game. That fucker was running down the trail too. I thought I was fucked. Go that way. Go on now. Like, what do you do? They're gonna chase me back to my car. Okay, that's what we wanted to happen. So now I'm gonna go this way. Don't fucking kill me, moose. Please don't kill me, moose. Bye bye, moose. Thank you for letting me by. Mama didn't give a fuck. So, yeah. Now I can get the hell out of here. Hopefully there's no more. Whew. All these years of trying to see a moose while I was working Canada, and it was literally 6 feet from one. Two of them, actually. Wasn't expecting that motherfucker running down the trail. Oh man. Hopefully, I'm just glad it wasn't a bear. I'd have shit myself. I had one hand on the camera and one hand on the bear mace. I don't know if I have my priorities straight in life. This shit's no joke here. It's quite the switchback. Taking me up to the side of the canyon. Or maybe it goes into the, well, the canyon goes up. So apparently, it's a lot of climbing in my future. But, you know, worth it. Fucking great. It was worth almost getting killed by a moose. Oh, shit. I'm addicted. This is going to be part of my future. Backpacking in the mountains. In the summer, too. You know, I talked to some people back home and they're like, it's fucking roasting hot. I'm like, shit, if I wasn't sweating my balls off, I'd be cold. But it's because I'm carrying this heavy fucking thing with probably a little too much cold weather gear. I'm seeing other people running around out here. One guy came past me wearing shorts and a day pack. Now he's a trail runner. But what if you get lost? It's shit. You know, what if the fucking weather changes on a dime? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever have balls to come up something like this without gear to survive at least 1 or 2 overnights. Which I do. I have the ability to make fire even though it's illegal. But if it comes between me and dying and building a campfire, I'm going to build a campfire. But only if I'm going to die. And water, I've got that covered. There's plenty of water down there. Not fun to get to. But if I had to, I could replenish down there. Off the beaten path, though. My navigation's working good. And this will set me on the path back to alternate day fasting. Because if I don't get hungry during this, it's purely a dopamine thing. Why I failed so many fasts so far. So I'm going to use today as a springboard into alternate day fasting. And then once I'm good with that, I'll gradually work my way back to keto so that I can go full keto when I get back home. So, but I have a feeling I'm burning a good 6,000 to 8,000 calories on this journey without food. So, but it's essentially a 24-hour fast if you think about, well, maybe 36-hour fast if you think about it. But I can still check it off as a wilderness fast in the real wilderness. Not that Adirondacks isn't real wilderness, but come on. Come on! I hear massive rustling in the bushes. Hoping it's another moose. It also occurs to me that were there to be a piece of wildlife climbing on the hills above me, could trigger a rock avalanche that would take me to fuck out. That being said, I'll just put my mask on. I'll be safe, right? It protects me from everything. Even bears. something was rustling around in these berry bushes. And since berries are what bears are all about right now, I didn't see him, but I heard him. And he heard me and didn't seem too bothered by it. Or otherwise I'd have heard a big lumbering through the bush, or a roar or a growl or something. But I just kept moving and making noise. It's one of the reasons I'm talking to you now, because I still hear other rustling. And you wouldn't know till you're right on the motherfucker in these bushes. Hey, bear. It's like every switchback. Is there a bear there? This is some climbing and shit. Other groups up there and shit. But yeah. Whew. I might need a break. I'm doing alright though. I stopped and took a packed water break, but no chair breaks. So, about 5.5 miles in, I'm passing where All Trails wanted me to turn around, which is the ranger station, which is a little cabin in the woods. I keep leapfrogging another group of hikers. They're camping on the northernmost camp, they said, so I probably won't see them again unless they stop. Because I'm stopping at the first fucking camp. You know, I don't know if I got 14 miles in me. As it is, I'm at 11 miles right now as far as total in and out and back. If I press further, it will be 14, but them switchbacks kicked my ass and shit. So, yeah. No more animals I'm hearing. I kind of do like whenever I pass somebody, I'm like, hey, did you see anything? And then I tell them what I saw. It's kind of like, gives you an idea what's going on the trail. And it also helps that I have a large group ahead of me. They'll scare off anything that's predatory, probably. As opposed to the lone bearded man. Motherfucking wilderness and shit. Two thumbs up for this. It's hard coming in. You got a lot of switchbacks to get up here. So, I hear screaming. Did I get mauled by a bear? That would suck. It's not much, but it'll do. There's no trees looking to fall over just yet. And these are big ones here, don't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm going to clear this spot out, put my tent here, and then home sweet home for the night. According to All Trails, this is a camp. I didn't see any signs or anything, so they'll ask me to move. I'm tired. Not hungry, but my leg muscles are definitely bordering failure. So I was struggling. I need to get camping and resting for tomorrow. Although there'll be a lot of downhill, a little bit of uphill, and a lot of downhill tomorrow. So there's that. Let me get all cleaned up on the site here. So I'm in my fucking tent getting set up for the night, and a shit ton of biting flies have shown up. They probably smell my sweaty ass. And they're buzzing around, so it looks like I'm sitting in here, or laying in here. Which is fine. I can be a lazy fuck for a little while. Eventually I gotta get out and finish setting the rain fly up. But the weather's good enough. Sun's shining through, a little bit of airflow. Should be fine. I'm not too far off the trail, so I might hear hikers coming by. The other group moved on, so I think that's the last I'll see of them. So we shall see. Yeah, I don't want to go out there. I have a funny feeling those flies are going to annoy the shit out of me. They're annoying me now, and I'm in here. So I was a dumbass, and I was like, oh, this looks like a good campsite. And then, as I explored a little bit in my surroundings, which I should have done before I set up, I thought of moving, but I'm like, that's a lot of work. But if I follow this little trail here, I noticed when I came out here to take a piss that there's that. It's like an anti-bear fucking fort or some shit. But this is the actual campsite that I was too stupid to find, apparently. Would have been a lot more comfortable. A little bit of a animal barrier too. And there's a trail going off that way, which I'm not gonna wander too far from my tent. But this would have been a much better choice. Oh well. There's a whole lot of deadfall here, so I am a little concerned, like that tree's gonna be going soon. So there have been, it's still early in the day, so I'm still gonna anticipate hearing a few more hikers going by and shit. So it's pretty awesome. Fasted hiking alone in the Grand Tetons. Should you do it? No. No, this is some dumb shit I did. Between mooses and fucking bears and these huge ass flies, which seem alright right now. I came out to button my tent up a little, starting to get a little bit of a chill now that I'm not sweating anymore. So, wanted to hold some of the heat in there. You know, giving my socks some air to dry. Let my feet fucking breathe for a while. But this is awesome though. I like it. I like it a lot. What's down here? Look at me exploring. I want to leave my phone and tent and navigation. And I got my bear spray with me though, so there's that. Not a complete moron. Look at that, even more campsite. You can fit 20 people here. Is there a fire ring? And shit. Looks like they had some kind of tracked machine clearing these areas out. So clearly I am meant to camp inside squares, branch shit. But no, I'm gonna live with the choice I made. Although, it'd be interesting if I come across any other people camping here tonight. I don't think I will. I don't know. On the one hand, I understand the permit system. On the other hand, I'm wondering why it's $40. Plus, granted I got a military pass, but plus somebody that paid to get into the park, which is weird because I never stopped at any kind of booth to get here. I literally just came here. I hope they don't need my permit or anything because I don't have it with me. Well, I got my permit for camping here, but I don't have my pass, park pass. So this is Death Canyon. It is, you get a different vibe when you're by yourself out here with animals that could kill you. And if any of these trees decide, like that one, I should have really thought this through here. Hold on. So you got this tree leaning here, and it is being held up by that other tree, and that very tippy toppy, if it falls, will land on my tent, it looks like. Let me do some trigonometry and shit. See if I'm gonna get owned in the middle of the night. I mean, it's leaning in that-ish direction. It'll probably land over here. So that tree's good. That tree's leaning the other way. These three big uns don't look like they're going anytime soon. So hopefully no strong winds in the canyons. But looking around, you gotta wonder, and shit. Well, I'm gonna chill, rest, recover from the massive fucking hike up. I'll let you know how the night goes. It ought to be interesting. But I think I'm gonna be fine. I got way more warm weather gear than I should be carrying. So I think I'm gonna be okay. Unless Hungry Bear comes and realizes that I have no food and decides that I'm food. Or that porcupine I keep hearing about. Today, on Alone, Scott the truck driver, with very little survival experience, is out in the woods with nothing but a can of mace, a camera, and a dream. And shit. So, I think I'm 50 feet off the trail, so I should be alright. I think that's the rule. And shit. Well, it's morning. Didn't I? I did get some creepy, crawly things in the bushes around me in the morning, but it might have just been small animals. Had me awake a few times and on the alert. I had neighbors, so I wasn't super concerned. So, safety in numbers and shit. Even though I didn't really meet them. They were just over there. They're gone before I finished packing. So, but yeah, now I just got to get out of here without getting killed. It's great. Other than that, I'm enjoying this. This was definitely something that's going to be added to my list of plans for the next road trip, to where I get out and backpack more often. So, I am tempted just to make a beeline down to the Grand Canyon, but I don't know that I got time for that. So, I might do one more day hike and then head to Moab spend a day or two at Moab, and then back east from there if I-70 is open. If I-70 isn't open, then I'm in for a little bit of a scenic route. It may take me a day or two extra to get back, but everybody get over it. Almost makes up for not having fucking coffee. Almost. So, how's the fast going, you're wondering? Not bad. I'm only a mile into the hike out, though. I'll have to answer that when I get to the car. But I'm feeling alright. I'm not as sore as I thought I'd be. So this pack is definitely doing its job. It's a little chilly out this morning, but I'm pretty warm hiking, so there's that. It should be mostly downhill, except for that one area when I was coming in. I say that like you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But probably gonna be by myself for a while. Just me and the bears. Oh, there is a ranger station not too far up. But he's probably in his cabin, sleeping. That's what I'd be doing. Oh, you're gonna pay me to sit in the woods and give tickets to innocent backpackers? Hey. Anyways. Onward and downward. So, just came in contact with two rangers. They wanted to see if I had a permit, and I said, I do. Do you want me to dig it out? And they didn't make me dig it out, so that's cool. And then I asked them some questions about the $40 thing. Turns out, I fucked myself. That $40 is for up to 10 days. So if you do it, you might as well stay out for more than one night. I obviously didn't do that. And then, yeah, so I duly noted. I don't know if I could do 10 days without a resupply. I could do 3 or 4 days, but plenty of water. Maybe I'll come back here next year and do a 4-day wilderness fast. Hey, I survived one day, right? I'm back in cellular territory too, so I might stop and let everybody know I'm not dead. So, but yeah, they do check. They do check. I was curious, as like, I've been out here this whole time, no one fucking carded me. Alright. Onward and downward. It's fucking back to the lake there. So I think I should have signal here. Let me look. So, looks like I'm going to encounter my friendly mooses again. Yay. Before I get out of here. It should also be noted, always mind your car keys. I once found car keys. I think it was at Middle Settlement Lake. And, well, I had kept mine in one of the pouches hanging off the back of my pack. So I was walking out of my campsite, and I suddenly got this, like, sixth sense, like, I better make sure that that pouch is secure so that I don't lose my car keys, because that would suck. Well, lo and behold, I took my pack off and I looked, and the fucking zipper was open. The keys could have just bounced straight out of there, and I probably wouldn't even have heard them. So, survival tip, keep your keys where you know where they are while you're out here, and where they won't fall out. But I don't know precisely when or where, but I'm probably going to encounter a couple moose. Hopefully they leave me alone again, even though the younger one didn't leave me alone. Oh, this is where the moose is. Should I try and scoot by? I think I'm going to try. Well, if I'm gonna get owned by a moose, at least it'll be on camera. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. You keep eating, I'll keep walking. You do you, I do me. Bye. Hopefully there's just two of them. Same two as yesterday. A little bit of excitement. Careful, the moose are on your right. You're right. Alrighty, did my good deed for the day, because they were just bebopping along. Hello.
The same one from yesterday.
Yeah, they are wrong. We don't see them. Only the bushes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw them yesterday. The baby would run up the tree and bounce,
And we would say something and go.
and then run over and jump on.
There. I think I gotta come over here with this many people.
Can you see it from it?
Yeah, well, that's right there. Yeah, pretty far
Morning.
Morning.
You need a prettier view.
I'm looking at the bear.
You have to suffer this.
Yeah, there's a bear in that bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was here. But now it's.
We have seen so many bears this year.
So, I think I'm at the point now where I can tell you how my fast went. I had to take at least one pack/chair break. I sat on a rock. I also hydrated during that. And my shoulders are definitely sore, which means my pack isn't sitting the way it was yesterday. Why? Because it was probably around my fat, bloated belly yesterday, and which was holding up the weight. But today it was kind of loose fitting around that area, probably because I lost shit tons of water weight, and like a pound or two of fat maybe. But no food, worked out. Haven't been hungry. In fact, as I get down to my last mile here, mile and a half, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most, the one thing I can't get my mind off of, is coffee. It's the first fucking thing I'm gonna do when I get to my car is make coffee. Assuming my car's still there. There's always that. I always get a little bit restless about leaving my car so many miles away. So there's that. Let's see if I can make it all the way through. I hit this far out of Death Canyon and didn't succumb to death and shit. And I made it. But I am fucking sore. I definitely need some rest time. Oh man. Didn't I? Close encounter with a moose. Twice. Close encounter with bears. Although I wasn't very scared of the bears. Bears didn't give a shit. They were busy with their berries. Plus, if you ever want to know where there's a bear, just look for the group of people holding their cameras. That being said, one thing I did notice is that not everyone does out there is to communicate. Well, there's going to be flies all in the shit. Or a bee. Yes, I'm scared of bees. How dare you judge me? I'm so appreciative of my fucking Prius. Once I recover, I'm gonna make coffee. Then I gotta go find a shower somewhere. Probably a campground, pay him for a shower or something. Still not hungry, so I'm gonna make coffee. Then I'll probably start eating at some point thereafter. I'm gonna try and keep rolling with ADF after this. Because if I can do this, there's no reason I can't drive around in my fucking car and not eat. It's all a matter of discipline and willpower. Hopefully I cancel out some of that shitty food I've been eating. That's it for this fucking video. If you like my shit, you want me to make more shit, please like and subscribe. Head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, sign up for my free email list. And while you're there, if you want to support what I do, leave a tip in the virtual tip jar. I'll keep making more shit. For my uncensored horse shit, you can go to Odysee. Link is down below. And yeah. I'm glad I did this. I'll do it again. 2 thumbs up for Death Canyon. I recommend it for anybody that's into backpacking. Worth it. So I think I'm going to edit, do some recovery for a day. Then I'll see where I'm at from there, if I'm going to head to Moab or if I'm going to try and do one more thing here. Have a nice motherfucking day. I know I am now that I'm back into comfort. gonna sleep like it's my job tonight.